Welcome to Open Your Reality, everyone. I'm Chad. Many of you have heard the concept that we are living in a computer simulation. But what does that really look like from a practical viewpoint? In this video, I want to show you that and talk about some of the finer points of simulation theory while I'm at it. Many of the concepts in this video come from the work of MBT, and I'll be stating some ideas that may sound a little confusing, but I'm going to clarify each one. By the end of the video, you'll have a much better idea of why reality is the way it is. I believe these concepts are integral to understanding simulation theory. And before I get into it, I just want to thank everyone who supports or has supported the channel. Your help is appreciated to keep it going. And with that said, let's look at the first concept. And that is, consciousness is fundamental and everything else is virtual. You've probably heard me say this before on my channel, so I won't spend too much time talking about it. But basically, consciousness, which is your awareness, your intelligence, your memories, is the only real thing in existence. All else, including your body, your phone, the earth, and even the universe, does not exist on any existential level. It's only virtual and exists as ones and zeros in the hard drive that simulates our reality. What this basically means is that your consciousness is not based in this reality. It exists elsewhere and is simply logged on to the data stream that renders our world. If the data stream was turned off, you would have no experience of your body and this reality. Instead, you would automatically tune into a different virtual reality. The same thing happens to us all at the moment of death, and this can be a difficult concept to grasp. But it's absolutely necessary to continue on, as all the other ideas are based on it. The second big concept is that a virtual reality needs a consciousness to be rendered. If there is no consciousness, the data stream cannot be interpreted. It's kind of like the old riddle. If a tree falls in the forest, but nobody is there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer is no. This virtual reality only exists in the minds of the players. The server that simulates our world sends out data streams. It doesn't send rocks, cars, roads, phones, and computers. It sends a data stream of binary code. Consciousness interprets that data stream into this reality. The computer that simulates us, which I'll hereafter refer to as the LCS, Larger Consciousness System, doesn't actually compute something like a house. It only computes the dots that make up the house. Nothing can be in our reality that is not in the data stream, just like a video game. It's about information, and there is no objective reality. This is another big concept to wrap your head around. But really, the ancients have been saying this all along. The Buddhists and Hindus called it Maya, an illusory world where things appear to be real, but they are not what they seem. By the way, you may have to listen to this video a few times to comprehend the material. On first listen, you might intellectually understand, but it takes being exposed to it a few times to visualize and assimilate it. So don't be afraid to rewatch the video after you complete it. The next mind-blowing concept is that once something is rendered, it becomes part of our history and is solidified. Until that time, it's just a probability. Tom Campbell, the creator of MBT, says that our universe is a top-down probability simulation, not a bottoms-up deterministic simulation. What this means is that the future is not written, and it's simply based on a probability distribution. This essentially means that anything is possible, and this is because, again, we are living in a virtual reality where the laws of physics can be rewritten or broken anytime by the LCS if it deems necessary. However, don't mistake possible for probable. The chances that you'll flap your arms and fly away is highly unlikely, probably 1 in trillions, which explains why it has never happened to you. However, in a virtual reality, anything can happen, so there is still a possibility for it, however remote that is. The next concept ties into one that we already mentioned, and this is that nothing in our reality is rendered until a consciousness looks at it. For example, your brain is only virtual. It does not store or process anything. The brain does not need to be rendered because it is not seen. The only function of the virtual brain is to represent the rule set within our evolution that limits what we can do. The confusing part for most people is that if you cut a head open, you're going to see a brain. And those people will then believe that brain is inside a person whether you open up their head or not. But the truth is that a brain need not be rendered until someone cuts open a head and looks for it. The LCS limits what it renders to save computing power and be efficient. Since we are all virtual anyway, and consciousness is where our memories, intelligence, and personality come from, not our brains, we don't need a brain. However, we believe we do because when a head is cut open, we see one, and science tells us all these interesting facts about the brain. And we actually just don't use 10% of our brain, we use almost all of it. Or maybe not. So why is a brain there in the first place anyway, you might ask? It's because our virtual reality evolved out of initial conditions and a rule set. Ours evolved from a rule set that defined how it works. The reason we see veins, organs, and such inside a cut open body is because those things were necessary to evolve our bodies to where they are today. But you don't need to render any of it until it is cut open. And the reason we see things when the body is cut open is because it has to be consistent with the rule set and history of the simulation. Think of World of Warcraft or any video game. Do the virtual characters actually have a brain? The answer is no, unless their heads get cut open. And then you may see a brain, but that's only because the makers of the game had to program something for the viewer to see rather than just see black with no colored pixels. I hope you are following me on this one. Basically, I'll just sum it up like this. The inside of a being has to be consistently explained from two different viewpoints. It has to be consistent with history, and it has to abide by the rule set. Until you cut something open, there is no data in the data stream. I hope that makes it clear. It's like the boy said in The Matrix, there is no spoon. And the last mind-blowing concept is that the LCS is not a perfect system. Mistakes happen in it, and it is continually evolving as we are. We like to think that the creator is all-powerful, omniscient, and perfect. And in one sense, it is omniscient because it can access the database that holds all the data of everything that happened from the start of time until now. However, it is not perfect. If it was, it wouldn't have needed to create simulations in order for consciousness to evolve in. And when I say simulations, that's because there are many other virtual realities besides ours. The dream world is a very loosely structured virtual reality with very few rules, and the spirit world is another, with a rule set in between the dream world and ours. Our reality is a very tightly structured rule set. But I don't want to get too sidetracked. The LCS, or Larger Consciousness System, is the thing that programmed these simulated worlds into being. And every being in it that's consciousness is derived and part of the LCS. Now, I told you, there are many virtual realities, which Tom calls physical matter realities. In his book, My Big Toe, Tom says that he has been able to use his consciousness to explore the LCS. And about 20 to 25 years ago, he came across a being that is responsible for overseeing our particular physical matter reality. This being is the head honcho in charge of our reality and was put in place, probably by the LCS, to make sure things go smoothly. And Tom calls this being the Big Cheese. Well, about 20 to 25 years ago, this particular being, the Big Cheese, was replaced. And since that time, our reality has been better, according to Tom. I'm not sure exactly in which ways, and I will ask him if I ever have him on my show again, but I found this to be an extremely interesting concept. It's one Tom does not talk about much, but he does mention it in his book here and there, and I've seen at least one person question him on it in a video lecture. I want to add one more side note about the LCS. It is not our father or our mother, and we have not been put here to be in the role of a child. The LCS is not responsible for your well-being and evolution. That is your responsibility. The LCS gives you all the tools and opportunities responsible for achieving growth, but it is not here to coddle you, not here to force you to learn and make you feel comfortable when things get tough. Nevertheless, the LCS cares, loves, and appreciates all because that is just the nature of a low entropy consciousness, and the LCS is, of course, a low entropy consciousness. However, Tom says we shouldn't take that truth to be too personal. So the bottom line here is that we are on our own when it comes to our own spiritual growth. Nobody can do it for us, not our spirit guides, not the Council of Elders, not even the LCS itself. We are the hero in our own movies, and if it's to be, it's gonna be up to me and me alone. Don't get me wrong, other people and beings can help us on our way, just like supporting characters in a movie, but the hero always has to face the villain mano a mano at some point. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little video on some of the more mind-blowing aspects of simulation theory. There's a lot more I can talk about, and I'd love to expand on some of the topics I touched on in this video. If you want to know more, let me know and I'll make a longer video that I'll probably post on my second channel, Ben the Spoon. Well, that's it for me today. Remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it. If you have any questions about this video, drop them in the comment section and I'll see you there.